Let's turn now to Pennsylvania Congressman Ryan Costello. He is a member of the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee. Congressman, good to see you.
Great to be with you.
Absolutely, so much to talk about, but listen to here. I want to start here. If Paul Ryan has his eyes set on his own big picture political future, what are the benefits and disadvantages of becoming Speaker of the House?
Well, the real issue here, it's one of math. You need 218 votes to be Speaker on the House floor.
No, Congressman, we understand the math. I need you to hear my question, pardon me, but I want you to just hear me, though. I'm asking you, before we get into all your points that you came to tell me, big picture, Paul Ryan's big picture, his own political future, what are the benefits and disadvantages of him becoming Speaker of the House?
Well, disadvantages, I think we're going to have a debt ceiling vote, a continuing resolution. We need to fund a long-term transportation bill. That's going to require bipartisan consensus. One of the challenges that we've had in our conference is the need to work across the aisle to get things done, and that sometimes is to the consternation of our more conservative members. The benefits would be if he's able to do so in an effective fashion and bring our conference together. I think long-term it would be to his political benefit. But I think Paul Ryan, knowing him a little bit, cares about this country, loves his country, and whether or not he does this, he's going to do what I think is right for his family and right for the country.
Absolutely. So how do you think Paul Ryan could bridge the divide that you mentioned between the ultra-conservatives in the Freedom Caucus and the more moderate Republicans? And could he change the image of a splintered Republican Party?
Well, I'd like to think that he could change the image. I think the real question is going to be whether he can be embraced by everyone as the responsible standard bearer that he is. I mean, he's a policymaker. He's proven he can get very intractable problems and tough issues to the finish line from a policymaking perspective. And I think he'd bring that approach to the Speaker's office if he were to choose to run.
And, you know, with practically everyone at this point in the GOP party pleading with Ryan to become the new Speaker, what should Paul Ryan demand in return since he has leverage?
Oh, I think that he would. I think if he were to do it, we should be unified. I mean, we should be unified as a conference, period. And that's where I was getting to the math. I mean, we can't have 40 or 50 people say no to everyone. We need to be unified. We need to move this country forward. And like I said, I think he's best equipped to do that if he chooses to run. I would say, while most are urging him to run, as a member of Congress, I'm receiving phone calls from folks that are still considering running for Speaker. So there's 5 or 10 people out there that are contemplating a run while Paul considers over this weekend whether or not he may do so.
Sure, and the jury's still out. His own personal jury is still out on that. But, you know, if the Freedom Caucus doesn't endorse Ryan, should it be Paul Ryan who gets the ultimate nomination there, should he decide to run, apply for the job, if you will, what's the risk for those 40 hardline conservatives that you just mentioned if they keep saying no?
Well, we're going to need to elect a new Speaker on the House floor with 218 votes. There's 247 Republicans. The ideal scenario is you work toward a vote that has 218 Republicans voting for the Speaker. We're the majority party. Our constituents sent us there. And I'm optimistic that that will happen, but you can't say no to everyone.
Because then it could possibly backfire on those 40 members of the so-called Freedom Caucus, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and well, then I appreciate that. We're going to leave it there. And sometimes when you're doing via satellite, it's kind of hard to get it all together. So I appreciate your bearing with me at the top of this interview, Congressman Costello. Thank you so much.